Hello guys, it's Ben back with another video for you, and this is my review of the games that we've had in the last week for Spurs as we've travelled away to both Monaco in the Champions League and to Everton yesterday in the Premier League. I thought instead of doing individual, like separate videos, I would put the two together and do it as like a week roundup. So started with Monaco, which we escaped with a 0-0 draw in more ways than one. It wasn't the best, very good performance at all. And the superhuman efforts of Vicario in goal, save after save after save, and for a man who's received quite a lot of flack this season from fans, he certainly answered his critics midweek against Monaco and even yesterday as well. It was absolutely brilliant, Monaco especially, and also yesterday as well. He's really, really taken, I think he's understood where he's maybe gone wrong in the past and is now learned and is becoming better. And, I think his shot-stopping ability has obviously never been in question, but I think his all-round command as a keeper is improving as well, and which is obviously very good to see because you need a great goalkeeper if you're going to make it up to that next level. And there's always been that lingering doubt in the back of our minds as fans on Vicario, so he certainly came through for us, and when we needed him to, so that's obviously great. And he definitely won us that point midweek to keep us unbeaten in the Champions League so far this season. But that aside, when midweek, it was just a bombardment of defending, trying to cling on for a result there. Although we did have a chance to nick it right at the very end, but that was about it. So, it did leave a lot to be desired. And then going into yesterday against Everton, who obviously, in the new stadium haven't, unbeaten there so far before yesterday. So, there was a lot of question marks, and if Wednesday night it was clinging on to, a point, trying to hold on for a result, yesterday's was clinical and ruthless and literally a perfect away performance. All through the pitch, defensively sound, aggressive when we needed to be, tactically astute when we needed to be. We took our chances. The first goal, corner from actually even before that, Kolo Muani, who finally got his first start yesterday, long overdue. It was his pressure, that won us the corner, which is what happens when you have an actual striker on the pitch. So he wins us the corner. Kudus flipped it to the back post. Bentancur heads it back across, and Mickey van der Ven heads it in to make it 1-0. Everton then had a goal themselves disallowed when Vicario was adjudged to have been obstructed. I've heard a lot of chat. I think it's one of those, some weeks it gets given, some weeks it's not given. There seems to be obviously there is no consistency in officials, as we know, but that sort of area in particular about goalkeepers and obstructions, it's, if it had been one of that stage, who knows how the game would have gone, but the decision went our way. Literally right on cue at the end of the second half, another corner comes in from the other side this time. From Barrow flips it in, Van der Ven shooks off Pickford, heads it in to make it 2-0. I mean, in the absence of Romero, he's really, really stepped up to the plate this week, Van der Ven. He's been absolutely brilliant for us. Then in the second half, Everton did have a couple of very good chances. Ndai crosses it in for Better, who goes for the overhead kick, and Vicario makes an absolute wonder save to keep it out. He then makes another save from Ndai again later on. But we hold on, we're resolute. We stood our ground, and then right at the end, classic counter punch. Power crosses it in to Richarlison, who heads it back across for Bapsar, who nods it home for the third goal to seal the points. As I say, pretty much as good a way showing as you can do. A very, very good and convincing win that was needed. I know some people might argue the performance wasn't very good either Sunday, but, I argue the opposite. I argue it was, because that's what you need on away days like that, especially against, teams like Everton, who, are never easy to beat at home. And the way Thomas Frank sets us up so far, arguably is more suited to playing away from home due to the way that, he's having to adapt, with, the injuries we've got at the minute and he's still trying to gel this team together and try and figure it out. So, our away record this season, I mean, beat Manchester City away, beat West Ham away, came back from 2-0 down against Brighton to draw 2-2, and won again today. And won against Leeds, of course, before the break. It's been a very, very good start on the road. We need to obviously fix the home form now. Obviously, that's going to be, where you need to be more on the front foot, but that will come with time. It's not going to be a quick fix. There's going to be bumps along the road, but you can see little glimpses here and there of where it's working. Yesterday, Colin Moani, as I say, having a proper striker on the pitch absolutely helps. Danso, I mean, big shout out for Kevin Danso, having to come in, Romero out injured. He's been absolute like a rock alongside him, as almost like the conventional, traditional defender, if you will, again, to, be that comparison to Van de Ven, who's more of a front foot aggressive defender. They match together brilliantly, and, it's great that, he's had the chance given to him through injury and, he's stepped up to the mark, which is what we need him to do. So you're going to need everyone in this team, obviously. Paulino was exceptional. And for us, I think Bentancur had his best game of the season by far. And it's, as I say, it's little things. It's just slowly trying to piece it together. So, who often this in October thought we'd be third in the Premier League and unbeaten in the Champions League so far? I don't think I'm probably the most optimistic Spurs fan you can find, and even I wouldn't think that was possible. But that's the situation we've got. So I think we're looking all right. Obviously, we've got a big week ahead this week. Midweek, we travel all the way to Newcastle in the next round of the League Cup. Then Saturday night, big home London derby against Chelsea, which is going to be a big, big, big test. So, hopefully we're all gallivanted and ready for that. What do you guys think of the week so far? What have you seen improved? What do you think we need to work on? Can you see the progression? Leave all of your thoughts as ever, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon. And as always, come on, you Spurs.